before he's had his coffee, before he drinks his Joe, and he'll drink like the darkest, strongest coffee. The one single time that I didn't have Starbucks in the morning and I had to drink some of his coffee to like get through the day. When I tell you I thought I was gonna have a heart attack, I was like physically sick, because this freaking coffee was so strong. I felt like I was on something, and it wasn't coffee, okay? So needless to say, we're not doing that anymore. But before, come, let me tell you a secret. Before he has his morning coffee, he's miserable. He's like a devo, literally so miserable, and will get mad about anything. He'll look at the wall and see like a fingerprint and be like, pit, 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 pit. It's like, go drink your coffee and don't talk to me until you do. And my best friend is that same way. My mom, I don't talk to her before she has her morning coffee. And like that's the first thing he'll do when he wakes up. He's not brushing his teeth first. He might take a swig of